Welcome to Project Sonrisa's mental health web series. In this, we have real people talking about their real experiences of mental health, sharing parts of their journey, what got them through, their highs and lows, ups and downs. We want to highlight that mental health and well-being is something that affects all of us and that we all have, no matter our age or our gender. We hope that you can use these videos as somebody to help perhaps guide you through, someone to look up to, someone to see that it really does get okay and that you can get through tough times. I would like to add a disclaimer that this video talks about people's real life experiences of mental health. If there's certain topics surrounding mental health that you do feel uncomfortable listening or watching, please check the description to see if this video is suitable for you.
Hi, my name is Julie Broadbent, and I'm from Manchester. Now I work as a dance and drama artist, as well as an actor, performer, director, choreographer, lots of things around different art forms. So I love the creative arts, and that is kind of really good in terms of absolute really good mental health conditions, because I really feel that mental health means a good mind and a good body. So lots of moving around and getting all those chemicals moving around in the body, as well as releasing some of those chemicals and feeling good about yourself in lots of different ways. So one of the things I really sign up to is remaining positive and a really can-do culture. Sort of try things, always do your best, put lots in, get lots out. So lots of the things that are good to practice is good mindfulness, being kind to yourself, having moments for yourself, doing things for yourself, as well as lots of things to satisfy yourself, doing things for other people, but also to remain remember about your own person, and perhaps setting some goals which are realistic but really positive, and you can make those steps in that way. Now, over lockdown, lots of things have happened for lots of people in many ways, but I've tried to remain quite creative in that way, in doing writing and performing some monologues. So I've been filming them and sending them off, various things. But it also has helped me learn some of the things around technology, using my phone and computer to film, download, crop, send off all these different clips of various things that I've created. So that's been a learning experience for me, and I've taken that on board and been quite positive about it. I've also joined lots of classes, lots of online dance classes, which it is lovely to be in person, because as human beings we crave on that human interaction, but to feel that movement and feel good about myself for that half an hour doing some dancing is really good for the soul as well. So as an artist, I've worked with many different community groups and schools, from little kinder groups, primary and secondary schools, alternative education and special schools, youth groups, disability groups, and in care homes. So in each of those circumstances, it's really good for the little ones storytelling to have fun and express themselves using their imagination. For some of the people, building their confidence and just dealing with issues that are in their mind using different art forms. So it's not about being an actor, being a dancer, being a performer, but just exploring those ideas to feel good about yourself, but also developing your confidence and self-esteem, and helping with your communication and dealing with things that are going on, because sometimes we don't do that too well. So using different art forms, whether that's listening to music and relaxing, or just getting that blood pumping, doing some movement, becoming another character and not feeling embarrassed or ashamed about yourself, or self-conscious about yourself, really helps people come to terms with different things that are happening in their lives, whether it's bullying, stress, they're worried. Lots of things can be dealt with in that way. So the way I work with lots of groups is to give them a kind of impetus, something to explore, something to sort of play with a character, a dance, a movement, some costume. So kind of nothing is wrong in a way, because it comes from that person. So people really do get a chance to express themselves and feel good about themselves, and chance to be part of a group, part of something that kind of really makes them feel really valued. And sometimes we don't value ourselves, so feeling valued in a group is something that's quite important. Sometimes I get a group of kids to say things together. If they're feeling a bit worried that they can't say something themselves on their own, or feel too embarrassed to do that, it all helps if we help each other, and that goes across the board. And a lot of the art forms, really, it's not about being a professional pianist, guitarist, singer. It's just using those things, those tools, to really express an emotion, something that's going through your mind at that moment, or just cutting off and stepping away, so that we have chance to step back in and deal with whatever is kind of taking over sometimes. Worry, stress, busy, too busy, too many things to think about. Using words, the body, character, expression, and lots of communication, because yes, us, again, as human beings, strive on that communication to just make the mind and body feel really good. So pushing ourselves, I always push a group to explore things and use their imagination to go into places where they wouldn't normally go to just in a normal day, but it takes somebody away from a problem, or kind of helps them face that in some way, and gives them the confidence and self-esteem to deal with that. So I do think the arts are very important, because even in schools, people can use that to work better in other classes. We continually tell young people that no, it's not about being an actor. You might need to do a job interview, put yourself forward to get to university, present something as part of your GCSE, A-level, or whatever. So it helps you even in all the other subjects, because it taps into different parts of the brain, and those chemicals get rushing around the body of that being creative, and that is really important to have that release. And going back to my original statement of having a good state of mental health is having a good mind and body, and looking after both. So using the power of interaction and using lots of different art forms, I would be the first one to advocate for kind of that important human interaction. But I think you can still do that with the social media and technology connection that we have now, and is becoming more important. There is the form of video like this and emojis to show funny things and send in clips and little pictures and all sorts in that way, and obviously written comments. So although it is important, and that is something we're currently missing during lockdown, I think the importance of talking and sharing stuff with each other in the world we're in at the moment is very important, because normally I would sort of enhance that and facilitate that in a dance or drama session, where people's interaction and feeding off each other and the whole group dynamics, the whole group feel good factor is there. Normally for a normal situation in a session, you can still do that in some way, because we have these ways of video calls and communicating still, yes, through a screen, but you can see a human face, and even if it's replying to somebody's comments just with a comment or a short phrase, or a laughing emoji or something, I think it's sending stuff out like that still spreads happiness and that joy, because our whole thing of having fun and joy is something we as humans need to keep our mental state in a really good way. So yes, the arts do that by expressing and communicating through those things to help us process some things that are going on, to deal with stuff. Even in kinder classes, the whole thing of role play and understanding the world around us is pretty much the same for us as adults, but through, when we grow up, we kind of are a bit more self-conscious, don't play and have that playful thing about us just to have a go, and it doesn't matter what's right or wrong, and that free space using the arts is, whether you're drawing a picture, writing a poem, making a piece of music, can be very important. So it relates to lots of other things, and that communication and interaction between people is something we as people hold very dear, and that's missing a little bit at the moment. So during lockdown, I've tried to send little things out to people over Facebook and WhatsApp, little messages, little videos, just to keep the spirits up sometimes, and see that people are still out there and offer a helping hand. So if we can share that, yes, be it over technology at the moment, we can be there for each other and help each other out and be nice. I've been doing lots of filming, lots of monologues that I've either written or seen on the internet. So I've used that to keep productive, really. I like to keep active, that keeps me going. I like to keep challenged sometimes, have something to do and achieve. And it might be a long-term thing, but that's another thing that I mentioned before, really, setting goals. And even if it's the one thing of straightening the fridge, or putting the rubbish out, or finishing a piece of work on the computer, it kind of rounds stuff off. So sometimes being busy and putting something to one side can just make you feel better sometimes. So yeah, feeling good about yourself, making, I know on Facebook we post things sometimes and there's lots of likes or little comments, and people do that sometimes maybe because they feel a bit self-conscious about what they're doing or how they look. Not always, but there might be a bit of insecurity about that. So just sharing that, posting it, gives somebody a little bit of sense of feeling okay, and that might be a good thing. So going back to the lockdown, I think at the moment I'm sort of overseeing homeschooling and trying to do all these little bits for work and various things. So, you know, I've always personally been good at sort of quite good time management and knowing what to do and getting things done. But, you know, you're pulled in different directions and taking on more than you perhaps chose to or wanted to do. That's fine. With a bit of help from each other again, and you know, from the schools and from the other parents and family and friends, we can deal with those extra stresses of not having the joyful things, the playful things that we normally have. So accessing them in a slightly different way to give our mind and body a really good feel-good factor is something we probably need to sort out so that we do have a good mental state, particularly during this time. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that kind of tells you a little bit about myself and the way I work.